The ending of Outlander Season 7, Episode 14 left William in danger, and only Lord John has a chance to save him. Of course, that's not all that is interesting about this installment in the fantasy time travel series. Episode 14, Ye Dinna Get Used to It, begins with a flashback to the year 1775, when Lord John Grey promised his brother Hal that he would never accept American independence. This was followed up by a scene set 2 years later, during which John was forced to swear loyalty to the Continental Army to save his own life. Of course, this didn't last long since he was reunited with Jamie and Claire. Speaking of Jamie and Claire, Outlander Season 7, Episode 14 saw this couple become even more critical to the revolution, as they hosted a dinner with George Washington and some of his most important colleagues. Then, in the 1970s, their daughter Brianna struggled to keep her family safe from Rob Cameron and had to make some difficult decisions. All these events through time and space are working toward a big battle, likely proving pivotal in Outlander Season 7's ending. Still, before this, William's fate will be at the forefront of audiences' minds. William is in danger in Outlander Season 7, Episode 14's ending. William is about to be held ransom. William in Outlander Season 7. Captain Richardson, who revealed himself as a secret rebel during his dance with Claire earlier in Outlander, sent William ransom on another mission in Outlander Season 7, Episode 14. He ordered him to deliver a letter to a group of Hessians, and William had no problem carrying this duty out. However, Percy Beauchamp urgently told Lord John Grey that Richardson's intention was for William to be held captive by the Hessians and tortured to guarantee the cooperation of Lord John and Hal Grey. Naturally, William knew nothing of this scheme and played right into the trap. At the end of Outlander Season 7, Episode 14, William delivers his letter, which secretly instructs the Hessian recipient to capture the boy. Unfortunately, what comes next will be left up to Episode 15. Hopefully, Percy Beauchamp notified Lord John of the danger William had found himself in on time. Jamie, now a brigadier general for the Continental Army, is obligated to see over his 300 men leading up to the coming battle. However, Lord John is figuratively free to find and free William. Things are still tense between Jamie and John, but the line, "Save our son," is a reminder of what these men still share. Percy Wainwright, Beauchamp, and Lord John Grey's connection explained. There's obviously a secret history here. Percy Beauchamp in Outlander. Another intriguing aspect of Outlander's ending is the moment shared between Percy Beauchamp and Lord John Grey. John tells Claire that Percy used to be his stepbrother, but it's immediately apparent that there is far more between these two men. It's ultimately revealed that Percy's last name is actually Wainwright, but he chose to take his wife's family name instead. While it's unclear whether the Outlander TV show will dive deeper into this character's story, the Lord John spin-off book series reveals that Percy and Lord John were lovers back in the day. It's clear from their interaction in Outlander that something went sour between Lord John and Percy. The latter man tried to caress Lord John's face but was pushed away and essentially told that he didn't deserve to touch him. This has to do with the fact that Percy was once arrested after being caught having sex with a German soldier. Lord John helped his lover to escape, thus ensuring his safety. However, there was clearly some bad blood left over from the situation. Perhaps now that Percy warned Lord John about the plot surrounding William, things will be different. Brianna plans to head to the past in Outlander Season 7, Episode 14's ending. The 20th century isn't safe for Brianna's family. Back in the 20th century, Brianna continued to face difficulties regarding her family's safety. Roger and Buck are still in 1739, though Bree thinks they are decades later, in the 1770s, and have not yet learned that Jemmy has been found. Of course, he isn't quite safe since Rob Cameron has keys to Lallybroch and could potentially re-kidnap Jem at any time. For this reason, Brianna has asked Fiona to take Jemmy and Mandy to her home to keep them safe while she stays at Lallybroch alone. As expected, Rob made a return trip to the ancient Fraser Castle, this time with a handful of friends to help. Brianna managed to keep Rob Cameron and his crew at bay with a shotgun and a well-aimed punch in Outlander Season 7, Episode 14. However, she is starting to run out of options. The police didn't take Bree too seriously. They knew she was hiding something, and rather than assume that Bree was being secretive because she was part of a family of time travelers, the cops decided she had been having an affair with Rob. Brianna decided at the end of this Outlander episode that the only thing left for her and her children to do is travel through the stones to escape this persistent danger. Jane Pocock's crime and sister Franny explained. Jane has turned to William for help. Jane in Outlander. While the end of Outlander Season 7, Episode 14, saw William about to be taken captive and tortured, there was a whole lot more to his story in this episode. Earlier on, William was reunited with Jane Pocock, who turned up at the British camp with her little sister, Franny. She hoped that, just as William had helped her before, he would do so again. Jane initially intended to serve as William's personal escort in exchange for his protection and passage to New York. However, William wouldn't have this. He instead set her up to work as his laundress.